Hello, thank you for watching. Occasionally I get let out, and today's one of those days. It's a job I've been working on and off throughout the year, and today is kind of an important day in this job. I'm here at a 19th century end of terrace house, and yeah, it's very nice. It's a nice house, well built. And over the years it's been much modified, and they've added a porch, and the corner post of the porch rotted away, and I was going to replace it, but what we did, oh yeah, the sound may get enhanced by trains going past because we're right next to a railway. The corner post here was in the ground resting on two bricks, and it rotted away. So what we did, we cut it all off. I built we put foundations in, built this dwarf wall with these capping bricks, and we're going to let some timber in this morning. Now this is what I've been working on over a while, and it's a bottom rail that's going to, this bottom rail is going to sit on the wood, and then these staves, rails, whatever you wish, will engage with a groove on that middle rail there, and then it'll all get glued up, painted, and away we go, ready to last another 100 years. So this house was built in 1890 something, and the porch was added after. This timber is from a church about 30 miles away that was being renovated and got reclaimed, and it's accurate, it's the same age as the house. So that's what we're going to do, and I'll show you what it looks like afterwards. I think I've got a photo of the original timber as it was, and I'll drop that into the video at the end, and then you can see that. So here we go. It's quite a cool day, and it's nice to be outside for a change, and it's not raining, which has got to be a bonus. Right, we'll catch up with this later. Okay, so it's the following day, Thursday, and I'm just about to get some paint on this because it's going to rain in a bit, and I want to get sound enhanced by a train rushing past. Incidentally, the railway is the other side of that hedge, and we get freight trains and passenger trains, and very shouty they are too. Anyway, yeah, I want to get some paint on this before it rains, because it started out as brilliantly sunny this morning and it's clouded up really quickly. So yeah, so as you saw yesterday, perhaps wasn't too easy to see where everything was going, but you can see how it's fitted in, and that bottom rail is the chunky piece I had, and then you've got the this, what do you call them, staves, slats, rails, whatever they are, those bits. they've been let into the groove underneath the middle rail, and then I don't know, I didn't really say much, but we had a floating tenon in there because I can't take this piece out other than dismantling the whole porch, which I don't want to do, can't do. So I had to have basically a block of wood with a slot in it, holes, then cut out quite a sizable section here, so that when this bottom rail is in, I could slot the floating tenon in, drop it down, and then peg and glue it, and then this rail slides into a slot there, and likewise at the other end, and then these fit into a slot that ran along, little plug pieces, bottom and top. The back, floating tenon again, dropped in, pegged, glued, and away we go. And then at the bottom I put a tiny little rebate underneath the bottom edge, or into the bottom edge, so that sorry, I was a bit distracted there, so that I could get some sealant on it, and we didn't have wood directly in contact with the brick visible to the elements. So there is about 5mm of groove going back with sealant in, and then when I've painted it and it's dried, then we'll put some silicone along the bottom. So what I also did yesterday evening, as the light was failing, was to cut this chamfer on this edge. This edge was square as you saw it yesterday, so that it matches with the chamfer coming down in the corners. And there we go. So that is the job so far. I think it looks appropriate to the building. Let me just get back a bit so you can see how it looks in context. I can't go back any further because I'm in the van. So there we go, and I'm just about to start painting because, yeah, clouds are coming, means it's going to rain, and I want to get some black on that just to protect it for the winter. Next spring I'm going to do a complete renovation on this, so I'm going to be going back to bare wood, treating anything that I find, filling cracks, gaps, crevices. If you have a look there, there is a little circular bit of filler. That was a knot that a lump had fallen out, so I just took the opportunity to fill that up. So the brickwork looks a bit sort of antiseptic at the moment, hasn't had a chance to weather in. Give it a year or so and that'll look completely part of the house. I mean, the bricks, they're 120 some odd years old. There's been soot and dirt and all sorts of things rained into them for decades. So new bricks are never going to look right. Not at this stage. But when give them a year or two, they'll settle down and start to look part of the building. So anyway, right, just going to start painting. I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. So here we have pictures of the porch as it originally was, and there was a solid panel between the middle and bottom rails. There was quite a bit of rot, as we'll see in a moment, and the corner post was sort of flapping around in the air, being supported by nothing. Initially I cut the bottom of the corner post off and wedged some timber under there just to give it a bit of support. But as you can see, there's quite a bit of rot, and during the time when I was making the bottom rail, the new bottom rail, I put up a gallows bracket which supported the load of the roof. Didn't really need it, but there we go. Now the bottom rail I literally just pulled out by hand, and as you can see, that's suffered quite a bit of weather. The timber is pitch pine, which is really quite durable because of its sap content. Foundations here, this is where I dug out. The brick sticking out is the footings of the building. That row of bricks is laid directly on the earth and the walls built up above it. And then I started to cast concrete foundations, proper concrete foundations. Which came up about a brick and a half. We're only supporting a small wall, but best to do it properly. The cable you can see there is the electric cable going to the house. Right, there we go, painted, and I just kind of got away with it. We had a few spots of rain earlier, but I think I got away with it. Black against light things doesn't show too well. But we've got paint on, and it's protected now for the winter, and then we'll come back next year and give the whole porch a good renovation, get back to bare wood, fill all the holes, cracks, what have you, and then that'll be protected for a good long period of time. Now if I get a chance over the next few days, I'll come back and give it another coat of paint, weather permitting.